I can't believe what I'm about to say. The Indiana Fever, with the strongest, loudest, most intimidating home court advantage in all the WNBA, just got robbed at home. I saw it with my own two eyes live on CBS against the defending champion New York Liberty.
Home court advantage disappeared in the blink of an eye, 3 whistles, and everything changed. The Indiana Fever went from dictating the pace to watching the game unravel, all due to a trio of highly questionable calls. A surprising whistle on Lexi Hall, missed fouls on Caitlin Clark and Dana Bonner.
They got a real shot here, and then they didn't have a shot because of 3 straight awful pro-liberty calls that I just can't believe what I just witnessed. These are the Fever of Caitlin Clark at home.
And a coach's challenge that couldn't even be used because of a timeout restriction. It all added up. The momentum swung sharply, and head coach Stephanie White didn't hide her. Frustration in the aftermath, was it just bad luck? Or a sign of something deeper? Let's break down the 3 pivotal plays that turned everything upside down for the Fever.
Chance to give the Liberty the lead.
I mean, she turns the corner and gets downhill. I don't know, Lexi Hall vertical. Maybe that's offense-initiated contact, and maybe Stephanie...
Momentum was on Indiana's side. They'd battled back. The crowd was electric, and for a brief moment, it felt like everything was finally clicking. But then, all unraveled. Not because of a mistake by the players. It started with Lexi Hall's defense on Sabrina Ionescu. Hall executed it perfectly. Arms straight up, feet planted.
And Stephanie White, she already on the hot seat? I don't know. Why don't you challenge? I don't know. It just didn't look like a foul. I guess they thought it was a foul, a body foul. I don't know. I think you could have won that challenge at home, at Indiana. And Sabrina had missed her previous 2 free throws, which was shocking.
No unnecessary movement. It was textbook defense. But the whistle blew anyway. Even the CBS broadcast team pointed out that Fever head coach Stephanie White still had a challenge left, but she didn't use it. Maybe the moment was just too heavy.
And Natasha Cloud.
Right there was the foul on what should have been a foul call on Natasha Cloud, and it didn't happen.
Maybe the pressure of the game clouded her judgment. Whatever the reason, she let it go. So instead of potentially overturning the call, Sabrina Ionescu calmly stepped to the line and sank both free throws.
No, there's no need to overcomplicate it. Natasha Cloud fouls Caitlin Clark, and that is a call that in the end stopped them having a chance.
That shift gave the Liberty the momentum, and the Fever's focus started to crack. You could feel the energy in the building dip. The challenge was there for the taking, and White didn't pull the trigger. She's already on the hot seat, and this only added to the tension. It didn't even look like a foul. Many thought the Fever could have won that challenge as patiently at home in Indiana. And to make matters worse, Sabrina had missed her previous 2 free throws. That moment could have changed everything. Caitlin Clark, who's become a master at drawing contact, drove to the basket. Natasha Cloud was all over her. There was clear contact on Clark's wrist and body. Everyone in the building expected a whistle. Instead, nothing. No call. Just stunned silence. Clark looked shocked. So did the fans. That non-call didn't just cost the Fever points, it rattled their rhythm. The crowd's frustration turned into disbelief. And the team's confidence started to wobble. Let's be clear, Natasha Cloud fouled Caitlin Clark. No need to overanalyze. That's a call that should have gone Indiana's way. Dana Bonner made a decisive cut to the basket late in the game. She received the ball. Defenders collapsed on her, and the contact was obvious. It looked like a body foul, maybe even an arm hack. The ball flew sideways. It was the kind of play that almost always results in free throws. Replays weren't definitive, but real-time told the story. Bonner stood there in disbelief. The rest of the Fever players just froze, searching for answers. and the crowd, already on edge, completely lost it. The momentum had shifted entirely. That moment broke the game open, not because of one missed call, but because of what it represented. It felt like nothing was going Indiana's way, no matter how hard they played. 3 pivotal moments, 3 chances to shift the game, and 3 times the officials swallowed their whistles. The impact was more than just scoreboard deep. It shattered the Fever's flow, drained their energy, and gave the Liberty a massive edge. The arena's disbelief turned into fury. Social media lit up instantly, clips went viral. Fans accused the officials of blatant bias, and a sense of injustice echoed far beyond the court. This wasn't just about losing a game. It was about losing control of the outcome, and if there's one number that tells the story, look no further than the free throw disparity. It was staggering. A gap so wide it was impossible to ignore. 4 games in, and Stephanie White finally said what many were already thinking: absolutely. Here's a rewritten and polished version of your piece. It keeps the passion and urgency intact, but smooths out the structure, tone, and clarity for a more professional and compelling narrative over the past few games. The Fever have faced a -31 free throw discrepancy. That's not just a stat, it's a flashing red light. When one team is attacking the rim consistently and still isn't getting calls, you can't help but wonder, asterisk, what's really going on out there? Asterisk, the Liberty got 32 free throws. The Fever once again were left fighting through contact with no whistle. And this time, White wasn't going to let it slide. In her post-game interview, the Fever's head coach didn't explode. She didn't rant, but her calm, measured frustration said more than any outburst ever could. "I thought she got fouled," White said. "I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games." A -31 free throw discrepancy. I might be able to understand it if we were just chucking threes, but we're not. We're attacking the rim. The disrespect for our team right now has been pretty unbelievable. Fans knew it too. Social media exploded immediately after the game. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, clip after clip went viral of Indiana players getting hacked with no call. Fans broke down footage. They counted contact. They shared screenshots. They demanded answers. It wasn't just Fever fans either. Even neutral WNBA watchers began chiming in, pointing to what looked like lopsided officiating. When both the eye test and the box score say something's off, it's hard to ignore. That's what it feels like when you attack the rim all night and still can't get to the line. Sends a message not just to players and coaches, but to fans and viewers: your effort doesn't matter. But that whatever was doing a lot of heavy lifting. You could hear the frustration in her voice. She's taken hits. She's stayed composed. But the missed calls keep stacking up. 2 games ago against the Dream, Clark was repeatedly fouled without a whistle. The Fever knew it was coming. They said teams are going to hack us. Then what happened on the very first possession asterisk of the next game? Clark was hacked again. No call. Because when the free throw gap gets this wide, this consistently, it's not a fluke. It's a pattern. And that kind of perception damages more than a team's win-loss record. It puts the entire league's credibility on the line. And this isn't just a one-game overreaction. The officiating in the WNBA has been under fire for a while. Last year's finals. Many felt the Liberty benefited from key calls that changed momentum. Analysts flagged several pivotal moments where officiating appeared to tilt the outcome. People were left wondering, asterisk, are the players deciding the games or the referees? Asterisk, and when questionable officiating shows up in regular season games, especially ones featuring rising stars and packed arenas, it becomes a major problem. It's supposed to mean something in basketball. But right now, the Fever aren't getting it. Game after game, calls go against them even in their own building. It's not just hard to watch, it's deflating. And here's the reality. Asterisk, asterisk, Caitlin. Clark is one of the most recognizable athletes in America. Asterisk, asterisk, not just in the WNBA and sports, she sells out arenas. She's brought millions of new fans to the league. In most leagues, a player like that gets a little respect from the whistle. But instead, she's at the center of countless controversial no-calsu. Don't grow a sport by letting your biggest draw get tossed around without protection. You don't grow trust by letting games be decided by silence from the officiating crew. And you definitely don't build credibility when fans, players, coaches, and analysts all see the same thing and nothing changes. Former players like Tasha Humphrey and analysts like Lindsey Dunn have also called out the referees. This isn't a new conversation. It's been simmering for years. Now it's boiling over.